Hello and welcome back for another vintage cube draft. I'm not sure what I want to pick here. There's Yawgmoth, which is a card I want to play with, but I'm not picking that as the first pick of the draft. There's Chrome Mox, which is quite good. There's High Tide. Every time I go for High Tide, it doesn't work out for me. I think I'm just going to take the Chrome Mox and see where that leads me. It's one of the more powerful cards here, so let's take this and see where it goes. Well, Time Twister. Time Twister Chrome Mox is a decent start. You can recoup the card disadvantage of the Chrome Mox, and then hopefully you can do this before your opponent gets online. Be interested in Storm, if maybe that Scalding Tarn probably not coming back, but the Desperate Ritual, the Mana Flare, they might, and then we'll see from there. Maybe we get the High Tide back and I do end up going High Tide. Well, there's Treachery, which is a good card. It works if we get the High Tide back, and it's another blue card, so I will take it here. I have to say, I have never really had success with High Tide, but I've seen other people do well with it, so let's take the Treachery. Now what? There's Ancestral Visions, which is fine, but not exciting. Watery Grave is a good duel for a good color combo, but there's Remand. Remand's just a flexible blue spell. Some interaction draws you a card. Tempo play. I'll take Remand. Now what? Skull Clamp is powerful. There's also Spellseeker. I could take Spellseeker, maybe wheel the High Tide still. If there's some other High Tide aficionado in the draft, then it's probably not coming back, but I'm not taking any of these other cards really. I'm not missing out on much. Riftwing Cloudskate, Uro, Yorion. I'll take Riftwing. I like Riftwing. It stays blue. Uro is another card I might be interested in, but just take Riftwing. This pack's not that great. I guess Tezzeret can do some things. Ulamog is kind of whatever. Let's take Tez. And then there's one more pack, and then we'll see if High Tide wheels and if that's what we're doing, or if we'll just need to go into some other blue direction. Entomb or Mind's Desire? I think I want to take Mind's Desire. I'm not going to be in a Reanimator deck, it doesn't look like. So let's take the Mind's Desire. So this is kind of the moment of truth then. Well, High Tide's still there, so I guess we're doing this. I have not had a lot of success with this, mostly burnt ticks, but let's try again. Mana Flare or Desperate Ritual? I guess Mana Flare could be decent. I'd really like to be mono blue, but Mana Flare is sort of a second High Tide. Way worse, but could make it. Take Eidolon away from someone. Maybe we play against someone in this draft, and I'd rather not play against Eidolon. Don't care about any of these. I'll take Light Up the Stage. Wandering Fumarole, maybe that helps with the Mana Flare. We'll put this to the side. So now I want to see Time Spiral is the very best card I can see. Frantic Surge would be nice, and Turnabout. Those are the other untapped land cards in the cube. Take Iona and this guy. Alright, a bunch of blue cards and a High Tide. Let's see it. Gataxian Probe, Upheaval, Gilded Lotus. I think Upheaval could actually be sweet. Gataxian Probe is also fine, but Upheaval definitely has a higher upside. Let's take the Upheaval. Now what? Tinker or Frost Titan? We don't have many artifacts, but we still have some time to pick up some. And then Blightsteel we've already passed, but yeah, I'll take a Tinker. Frost Titan's fine, but Tinker is kind of broken. Ooh, Bolus the Citadel to go with our Tinker, but there's also Mana Drain. Mana Drain has to be the pick here. Yeah, this is looking decent. Now what? Karn. We can Karn into Mana Drain. We can High Tide into, or we can Mana Drain into Karn. We can High Tide Karn out. We can Mind's Desire into it. I'll take a Karn. I'm not going to play Opposition. This Tinker is currently not making the deck, nor is this Tezzeret. So we have some options. Right now we just have some good blue cards and a High Tide in the mix. Picking up a Narset would also be great. Ooh, Emry, Urza, or Everflowing Chalice. I think I want Urza. Everflowing Chalice is not bad, but Urza is a decent threat also. We can just spin and see what that gets us. Tolarian Academy or Volcanic Island. Ooh, Tolarian Academy is interesting, but we only have one more pack to pick up a bunch of artifacts, so maybe just taking Volk and being able to splash some red is just going to be better. This is a tough one. It's not an island either. I'll take Volk. And then Lotus Bloom, Emrakul, but Muldrifter is just a good, decent blue card. And maybe I can just be a good blue deck and then have High Tide to do busted stuff with. Seagate Stormcaller. I mean, that's good with High Tide, but not much else. Let's take this Lotus Petal, power up our Storm Draws a little bit. Walking Ballista, Maze Vift. Let's take this Ballista. It's not looking super awesome right now, but it's okay. It's another cheap artifact for a potential Tinker. Not any good cards here. Let's take, what, Liliana's Triumph. Yeah, I don't see myself splashing K-Command, so I don't see myself playing any of these, honestly. Bolus Citadel, we do have the Tinker for it, so maybe. I'm not going to play any of these cards. We'll take Rishadan Port, Flametongue Kavu if I do go red, Dark Confidants for the sideboard, and Past in Flames. So not many blue cards that are wheeling, and these are all... yeah, I'm not sure about these. Thassa's Oracle, Treasure Cruise, Boros Signet. I mean, Thassa's Oracle is a way to win, but right now I don't think it's all that likely we actually get that deep into our deck. This is a card that will wheel also. So I think it's between Treasure Cruise or just Boros Signet. Now let's just take a Signet. It's not an awesome Signet, but having some amount of Signets is probably fine. Mindslaver, Vendilion Click, Ancient Tomb. Let's take the Click. It's another good blue card. Can help us force something through. It'd be an attacker for Planeswalkers. Yeah, I like Click. Brain Freeze or Shark Typhoon. I'm not currently making all that much mana, so Brain Freeze is maybe just not great. Shark Typhoon is just perfectly fine card. Otherwise, Wheel of Fortune, but I don't know if we're really all that stormy. Time Warp, Glen Elendra, Repeal. I like Glen, but Time Warp is also a sweet one. Let's just take the Time Warp. Palinchron with High Tide, but that's about the only good use for it. Or I can just take a Signet. I think I'd rather take a Signet and then maybe wheel this Palinchron. Inkwell, I could tinker out an Inkwell and then maybe Gush wheels. It's not unreasonable to see that wheel. And this makes me at least able to play Tinker and have it be decent. Turnabout or Pestermite? Let's take Turnabout. Our High Tide is not super impressive, but it's still fine. It's not just all in a High Tide like you sometimes would see. Preordained Spell Pierce. I love Spell Pierce, but I can definitely use some cantrips early also. So let's take the Preordain. And then both Thassa's Oracle and Treasure Cruise came back. How likely is it that Thassa's Oracle wins the game? I don't think it's that likely. No, let's just take Cruise. And these can go. I don't want to play those. I guess I'm just mono blue. Academy Runes, Mindslaver. Academy Runes doesn't really do much for me. I mean, if I had Mindslaver, it would be sweet, but I think I have burst mana, but I don't have a lot of consistent mana, so let's take the Mindslaver. Not even sure I play that. Brain Freeze, maybe. I don't know if I can generate quite enough Storm. Repeal, I'm very happy with. Nice other flexible blue card. And take this Grudge, and then I'll take Mutavault and Experimental Frenzy. Alright, so this is what we got. We do need to make some cuts. Maybe Mindslaver is not where I want to be. Upheaval. I don't have great mana acceleration. Maybe I shouldn't be playing Upheaval. I mean, if I'm Mind's Desire into Upheaval, that's obviously great, but outside of that, I'm not sure. I could also not play the Tinker and the Inkwell, because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 early artifacts. That's not that many. And at that point, maybe also not play the Walking Ballista. And then Mindslaver is also less appealing if I can't tinker it out and just play the Upheaval. Maybe do something that way. I'd still play Brain Freeze, maybe. Just add lands, 16 islands. I'm not sure how to build these High Tide decks, but I'm not even sure if this is really all that much of a High Tide deck. Maybe I take out one of the Signets. I do want to ramp a little bit. Yeah, I'll try this. Round 1 with our blue High Tide deck. It's not so much a Storm deck, but it is a High Tide deck. This is one of those hands that is a little bit slow. At least 1 to die roll, but I will keep it and just see what happens. Can easily go wrong, but we'll see. Plains and nothing. Well, Remand, that makes this hand a lot better. We can slow them down as well. Rishadan Port. AC. So they're going to tap our island. Yeah, that's fine. Play an island, just pass. They play something, we remand it. If not, we'll just sit here a little while longer. Looks like they're happy to just keep porting. Island and nothing. Hopefully they try and play something, and then I can untap an Urza. If they just port, I might just wait. No, there's something. Rin Wingmare. Let's remand that. Draw High Tide. What can we do with this? Play an island, and then if I play High Tide, I can High Tide, play Urza, Time Warp. Is that something I want to do? Or do I just want to play Urza here? And then next turn I can just play Time Warp straight up. Do I have a Ring Wingmare down? I mean, this could also be decent. Yeah, let's just go for it. It's not amazing, but it's still quite good. Urza, then use Urza to make an extra blue, and then just Time Warp. Not super impressive, but it's fine. Brain Freeze. Ha! Let's just spin Urza. Yeah, maybe I was better off. Ooh, I was gonna say, maybe I was better off not doing any of this. Let's bounce their planes, and then slam in. They discarded Sword of Feast and Famine. Swords my Urza. That happens. Now I'm kind of sad that I wasted my high tide on this. They're gonna tap down an island, sure. Then I can just treasure cruise, getting rid of. I think I leave high tide still, and I draw 3. Ooh, Karn Vendilion Click. I can just play Karn next turn, keep beating down. Yeah, they're missing land drops, which makes this a lot easier and a lot better. Snap Sword, sure. Yep, our Riftwing is gone. I can play a Shark Typhoon, or I can cycle it. Let's just play Karn, and then take out their planes, so they can't play the Ring Wingmare. We can protect our Karn, and next turn we can play some other stuff. Eat one more of their lands, or just start eating their hand. Oh, they found another land. So I imagine they attack Karn. We just trade here then. Yep, and then you can play Ring Wingmare to pressure Karn. It's not going to be all that good. Chart a Course. Yeah, they draw more, but our Karn is still out there. I have to discard. Discard Elspeth. We draw Boros Signet. Let's just exile a card from their hand. And do I play Shark Typhoon, or do I just cycle it? I think I might as well just cycle it. Play this Signet, and then we can cycle this one for quite a lot and just start beating down. Scrubland. Lingering Soul. Well, I'm just gonna cycle Shark Typhoon now. Oh, they just conceded without even seeing what this was. I'll take it. Our opponent was stuck on lands, and then we got to capitalize on it. So at least we can win when our opponent is not drawing lands. That's good. Okay, we have a Mana Drain. Mana Drain can do some stuff. Our hand doesn't do much else, but Mana Drain is a good one. Island or Boros Signet. Maybe I just play this next turn. We'll see. Nothing. Lotus Petal. I think I'll just keep up Mana Drain. And then if they play a 3-drop, we can just play Shark Typhoon. It seems kind of sweet. Flicker Wisp. Yeah, I'm going to drain this. Hopefully they don't have removal for my Shark Typhoon. But if they don't, it can easily take over this game. It's really the only thing we have going on, but I'm just going to run it out there. Shark Typhoon, playing Lotus Petal doesn't do anything. Hopefully they can't kill this. Azorius Signet, that's not killing it. It's still there. We draw lands, but at least this is going to make a flyer. Sweet, Shark Typhoon, Hardcast. I don't think I've done that in this cube yet. The swords are shark. I'm okay with this. What is this? 4 mana. Thieving Skydiver, so they steal our Signet. Let's tap it. I mean, that's annoying, but it's also kind of fine. I don't really need the extra mana. I just need some sort of business spell. They only have 2 cards left. More islands. I mean, I'm only playing 16 lands, so we need to stop drawing islands. Now what? 4 mana Elspeth. Yeah, they're starting to clock us. Yeah, they just jumped this. Hit us for 5. Just give me a spell, please. Chart a Course. So they gas back up. Land Karn. Actually, I'm gonna go for this. Lotus Petal makes a shark. Shark dies. And then let's just make blue and make a Karn. I'm gonna get a 7/7 flyer anyway. And then let's take care of Elspeth and just pass them. If they can kill our shark, they can at least hit our Karn, but it wouldn't even die. Jace. Ooh. They can bounce our token now and then hit our Karn. Our opponent is trading Haymakers with us. I really would love to draw like Time Twister. Oh, they oust. And then they also get to Brainstorm. Yep. I thought we were doing quite well playing this Karn and making a 7/7, but our opponent is keeping up Thalia and Floated Strand. So they're out of gas. Well, I guess they're not really out of gas. They have an active Jace. Time Warp. Spellseeker. Not sure what this can get me, but let's see. I guess it's gonna get me Preordain. Kind of the best card I have for this spot. What else? I could get Brain Freeze. Doesn't look great. Repeal. Can repeal my own. I can repeal my own Signet, and then I have a play next turn also. Yeah, I think I take Repeal then. Let's repeal the Signet. That makes a shark. Could have also repealed one of their guys, but ooh, turnabout. Let's just plus on them, and then we just pass. We have a Karn that is hard to attack and kill. I can use Jace to bounce the Shark, I guess. Now they draw 3, so their Shelldock is now active. So hopefully nothing busted is under there. And what is this now? I'm scared to death that I have Fractured Identity. Parallax Wave. Ooh. Yeah. They take out our guys. They have quite good answers to tokens with Oust and Jace and Parallax Wave. Our Karn isn't dead yet. We draw another land. That's not great. Let's plus on them. They haven't used their Shelldock Isle yet. They're casting Snapcaster. So they can swords our next play also. Jeez. Yep. Then I'm just not going to play anything. Play a land. I'll not play this Boros Signet, as it's just going to get swords. I can turn about all of their creatures to keep my Karn alive, and I think I will. It's also going to make a 4/4. Yeah, for having our active Shark Typhoon, this game is still pretty hard. If our Karn survives, I probably will just have to take care of this Jace. So let's tap all of their creatures. Yep, they exile our Shark. Tap creatures. So Karn is going to stay around. Mother of Rune. Come on, Preordain. Yeah, let's just cast Preordain to start. See what this gets us. Oars of Signet. I don't really need an Oars of Signet, but I will take this Urza. And then what do? Just eat this Jace. Our Karn is going to go away then. Play an island. I'm going to play this Signet also. I don't really want to play my Urza right now, because what's going to happen then, if they're smart, they just exile their Snap with their lost counter, and then they get swords, and then they just swords my Urza, and I haven't really gained anything. Now the question is, what do I do with this Karn? Do I just eat their Jace? I think so. Active Jace is hard to beat otherwise. Oh, Shelldock Isle activated. What is this now? Sun Titan. Oh boy. That is a big dude. They get back Flicker Wisp and they flicker their Parallax Wave, I guess? Oh no, they're gonna flicker their Jace. Oh boy. Yep, that works. Well, I guess we now need to find Upheaval. Upheaval could still do something. Still don't want to play this Urza because they're just gonna get rid of that. Yeah, so we're also getting back our Spellseeker. Jace is gonna Fate Seal. Interesting game. Snap is coming at Karn. Sun Titan is coming at us. Thalia is coming at us. This is coming at us. And they give this guy Pro Blue? Yeah, they do. And I guess I'm just gonna block this Thieving Skydiver. Yeah, they return a land. Block the Skydiver and block the Sun Titan just to buy myself some more time. I'm not sure what I'm looking to draw. Vendilion Click. I mean, they can also just bounce their Snap, play Urza, and then I think I just go spin this and get a land. That doesn't really help us, but okay. Path for my Urza. They have it all. They have it all. We'll get a land. Man, our opponent just has all the removal. We're getting back Spellseeker. What do I want to do with Spellseeker? Yep. Yep. I can get Remand or High Tide. I think I get Brain Freeze. Maybe we can cheese them out this way. Yeah, they're going to Fate Seal us. Yeah, this game really hasn't gone well for us. They put it on top. We're shot on port. Attack with everything except for the Mother. I'm just going to go and throw my guys under the bus. Thieving Skydiver. Yeah, let's block this Snap and block the Sun Titan. Yep, I give it Pro. Yeah, what can I draw? I mean, the top card is likely bad. Yeah, they port me. That's fine. We draw an island. That was to be expected. Let's go Vendilion Click ourselves. Put away the Brain Freeze. Draw Mulldrifter. Cast Mulldrifter. Time Twister and Upheaval. So we need to survive one turn and then I can Upheaval Time Twister. Do something with that. They start by Fate Sealing. Cards on top, so it's likely a land. Attack with everything, so I'm just going to block in the way that we take the least amount of damage. Okay, Sun Titan is getting through for sure. So block here and block the Skydiver. And I take 10 down to 3. But we will get to reset the game if they don't have some sort of counter. They didn't even port us. Nice. Well, let's just go float a bunch of mana. Hopefully there's no counter spell for this. Oh, really? They have a counter? Come on. Okay, they fetch. What is this? Or they're just going to float a bunch of mana? Sure. Now, I can play Shark Typhoon, or I can play Boros Signet Shark Typhoon, right? I already played my land. Why did I play my land? That was dumb. So then I just play Shark Typhoon and pass. Yeah, playing my land there was dumb. And then I discard a bunch of cards. They get the Snap though. They get the Snap and Oh, Brazen Bar. Okay, I'll scoop to that. That's just going to kill me. Oh, I was never going to get out of that. Even if I hadn't played my land. We just drew a couple too many lands, I think. I'm sort of tempted to go Tinker for Inkwell. Inkwell is something they cannot just deal with. Didn't see any rafts out of them. What do I not like? I think this Brain Freeze plan is pretty poor. Then play Tinker, play Walking Ballista. Ballista could be even decent against all of the random small creatures they have. And I need to cut some cards. Maybe just Mind's Desire. How likely is it that I'm gonna go all that nuts? Cut the Mind's Desire. Maybe that shouldn't just be in the deck. Something else. If I'm cutting Mind's Desire, might as well cut Lotus Petal. That is another artifact though. This Tinker plan is just a little bit too inconsistent. I mean, it's gonna be great when I do get it off though. They have no way to interact with this really. Yeah, let's just try it. Okay, we have our Inkwell in our hand, so that's maybe another reason not to go for Tinker, but we have Mana Drain as another way to power it out. We'll try this hand. We have Mana Drain into potential Karn maybe. Plains nothing. Do need to draw some lands. Riftwing. I think I just suspend this now. And I don't really want to Mana Drain a 2-drop, at least not most 2-drops. Rishadan Port. Ooh, Azorius Signet. I hope to draw a land here because otherwise this port is gonna eat me alive. Yes, there's a land. Good. If they go for a 4-drop and I get to Mana Drain that's gonna be awesome. Stoneforge Mystic. Let's just remand this. We draw Time Twister, so they deploy their Stoneforge again. Yeah, remanding that's not awesome. Sort of Body Mind, and we don't make our land drop. Oh. Not looking good. I could play Spellseeker, get High Tide, but I'd rather just keep up Mana Drain mana. Maybe they go for the sword, hoping that it resolves and they get a hit in right away. Ring Wingmare. I also have to counter this. Let's just counter that. Yep. And then can I draw a land? They are going to port me, so I only have 5 mana, so I wouldn't be able to play Karn. This is going to come in. I think I just bounced their Stoneforge, but they are going to put in the sword. No. Tap our land. Sure. We did draw the land. We cannot play Karn. We can play this, and I could Time Twister, or how about I go Spellseeker for High Tide. Gives me a very good next turn, but right now that doesn't help me much. If I Time Twister, there's a chance I just give them a good hand, and I don't have all that many awesome things to drop for this amount of mana. Just go Spellseeker, and I will get High Tide, I think. Yes, get High Tide, and then we can do some stuff next turn. Not a very impressive Mana Drain turn. They're gonna run out Stoneforge. Yep, let's see it. The sword is annoying. Sword of Feast and Famine also. They just have a bunch of swords in. Yeah, they tap one of our lands. Yep, draw an island. I'm very tempted to just play High Tide and Time Twister. I think I'm gonna. And this isn't great, but at least I don't have to deal with all of these swords. If they have Brazen Borrower, that's a little bit unfortunate because they get to bounce one of these things. Yeah, it looks like they do. Got it all. Spell Pierce. I'll pay for that. Do they also have the Brazen Borrower? They do. Oh man, I'm getting destroyed. Preordain and Chrome Mox Tinker. At least we have that. Let's Preordain, make sure we don't need the Shark Typhoon, but I will take a Mana Drain. And then let's just pass. Hope they don't have the sword again. That would be kind of tilting. They now just untap, play sword, equip, hit us, hit our Inkwell, and then this Tinker doesn't do anything either. I would not be happy with that. Looks like they do not. They're just attacking. I mean, I'm not gonna block. Now what? Chart a course, draw some cards. Sure. So I get to Tinker with Mana Drain backup. Thalia. Thalia is a reason to have wanted to play the Chrome Mox, because now I can Tinker, but I cannot keep mana up. I guess I don't need to. I'll draw Riftwing. Let's go play Chrome Mox, pay mana for it, and then Tinker it away. Play Tinker and go get Inkwell, and then pass. Inkwell is a card that's hard to deal with. We haven't seen any rafts from them yet. And then after this turn, I have Mana Drain to kind of feel a little bit safer. Sheldock Isle. What is underneath this? Flicker Wisp. They can flicker their Stoneforge and then go get the sword to try and race that way. They can't play the sword right away, or they can play it but not equip it. That's something. No, they first need to find it, or did they just draw it? And the Flicker Wisp isn't coming back until end of turn, the Stoneforge that got Flicker Wisp. So I guess they can't play and equip it anyway, unless they have it in their hand. They don't do anything. Find the sword, and then we can Vendilion click it away, actually. They have to discard. They port my land, so we get to play Click in response to use the mana still. Oh, this is not a spell we have to pay extra for. Counter spell. Well, I'm just gonna mana drain this because I don't want to have to deal with the sword. So Click is resolving. Target them, see what they have. They have Oust, Path, Sword of Body Mind, Sword of Feast and Famine. So Sword of Body Mind is going away. We draw Remand and we have a bunch of mana drain mana. Can't really do anything with it other than suspending Riftwing, or do I just want to be able to play that? Treasure Cruise 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But the Thalia is making it so we can't cast that. So let's just swing in with the Inkwell. They played their island, so we know 4 of the 5 cards. Oust or Vendilion Click. That's okay. And then what? Yeah, put in the sword. I'll have to discard, but I'll just discard this Remand. Equip the Flicker Wisp. They'll go attacking. I guess we throw this Spellseeker under the bus because it's also going to get exiled to Treasure Cruise. Make mana that way. Discard a card. Discard Remand. That doesn't seem great. And if I draw a Time Warp, then I'm really in business. Then they deploy the Brazen Borrower. So they have Path, Scrubland in hand, and 2 unknowns. Yeah, they port one of our lands. Draw another. I can play Riftwing or I can Treasure Cruise. If I Riftwing, I just bounce the sword and then they can play it again. I can block the sworded creature. Well, I guess they're just going to path me if I do that. So how about I just Treasure Cruise, delving away all of these, and I can still play the Riftwing. Muldrifter, Vendilion Click. I think I just go with the Riftwing. It's the most disruptive. Or do I just play the Muldrifter? Well, let's go Riftwing. Bouncing the sword. So that is gone. And get in with the Inkwell. We just need to survive next turn and then we're good. So this Inkwell plan paying off. It would have been able to deal with most of our other creatures, as we saw. They have a path still. So Inkwell, having Shroud, being unblockable, really good here. They play Plains. They're not even putting in the sword. They're just going to attack. I'm going to block the Brazen Borrower, I guess. And then do they have a Wrath? Snapcaster, Chart, of course. Digging. Now what? And they scoop it up. Nice. No Wrath, and we get there. Sweet. Very happy to have made that decision to put in the Tinker plan. Round 2 with our mono blue deck. Let's see, this hand looks keepable. Preordain a bunch of lands, that's fine. And a repeal. More lands, don't need any more. Let's see if we can bottom some. Brain Freeze, I don't want. Time Twister, yeah, I'm okay with Time Twister. Our hand's sort of bad, so exchanging it for a new one might not be the worst idea. Underground Sea, Chart, of course. Sure. Hopefully no Fatty, because then we know we're playing against Reanimator. Kiki-Jiki gets discarded. Interesting. More lands. I have enough now. Please stop. Oh, they don't do anything. Well, if they don't do anything, I'm not gonna Time Twister. I'll let them miss some land drops then. Okay, there is a land. Still not gonna do anything now. I have High Tide. I'd rather High Tide and be able to do something and then Time Twister or whatever. They found one land drop. Doesn't mean there's more. Well, there is more. Creeping Tar Pit. Another island. I'm only playing 16 lands, but it looks like we're playing more this way. We're just gonna activate Creeping Tar Pit now. I can't keep taking hits from Tar Pit. Frantic Surge. Yep. So this is either Reanimator or Storm. Kiki-Jiki is an interesting one. Maybe it's a failed Storm deck or a sort of failed Reanimator deck. I don't know. But their mana base doesn't seem to support Kiki-Jiki. Sheldred and Imperial Recruiter. This makes me want to maybe Time Twister all of this away. Urza. Let's play... If I play High Tide, and I play Urza, and then I Time Twister. Let's just go High Tide first. Our opponent is thinking, so they might have some sort of counter. Pestermite. Tap one of my lands. So they are Pestermite, Kiki-Jiki, Reanimator stuff. This is going to cost me a mana. I don't think it matters for what I want to do. I could just play Urza then. Urza resolves. Now what? I can Time Twister, or I can just bounce this Pestermite. I cannot do both. Bouncing the Pestermite is not terrible. Getting rid of all this stuff is maybe not terrible either. But their hand seems pretty non-functional right now. If I just repeal this, we take care of that problem for now. If I could draw a Lotus Petal, no, we just draw another island. Then next turn I'm just gonna go for the Time Twister. Not a super impressive turn. They found another land. Pestermite. Untap a land. Do they have a reanimation spell? I'll feel foolish about not Time Twistering if they do. Ah, come on. Really? Well, yeah, we lose then. That's unfortunate. Maybe I should have just gone for the Time Twister. That felt a little bit weak. Don't have great things against them. Maybe Walking Ballista to shoot Pestermites or Kiki-Jikis. Seems okay. and then Brain Freeze, maybe not. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, it's sort of a weird High Tide deck. I kind of have the Storm plan, but I also kind of don't. I'll keep this. I have Remand to buy me some time. I have Time Twister to reset their graveyard if need be and draw a new hand. A Mulldrifter to just hopefully find us additional lands maybe. Wandering Fumarole. Mana Drain. Sweet. That will be good at some point, I'm sure. Swamp and nothing. Come on, give me a land. No, of course not. Maybe I should have cycled Shark Typhoon then. Yeah, I probably should. They have another Swamp and what? Frantic Search. I think I'm just going to remand this. I'd rather try again next turn and yeah, I'll make my land drop. Island. And then let's just see what happens. Probably going to Mana Drain Frantic Search if they do play that. Yep, let's do so. Get that out of here. And a mountain. And then I draw Treachery. What now? I could Time Twister, but that seems a little weak. What if I Mulldrifter? And then if I find the land, I can also Vendilion Click. Maybe that's good. I really don't know. Oh no, it's going to cost me an extra, so I wouldn't be able to. So I can Mulldrifter to draw 2 cards. Yeah, let's just evoke this then. This is not how I imagined my Mana Drain turn to go, but it is what it is. Let's, now what? Just click them now. Make sure it resolves. And they have the ready Mulldrifter, Recurring Nightmare, Solemn. Recurring Nightmare is the most annoying to deal with. I guess I take that. They found the land. And is this Mulldrifter? Sure. We draw a land and then I can Treasure Cruise. And I'm probably going to leave Mana Drain in case I Time Twister. That's a card I might want to Time Twister into. I'd have to exile that too. Or I could just Shark Typhoon. Now let's attack with this click and then just Shark Typhoon. Yep, they block. Expected. Demonic Tutor. Well, that happens. Let's see what they can do with it. This makes me kind of want to Time Twister next turn, but I guess we can turn about and generate mana that way. So it's not just a straight up Time Twister turn. Another land, Spellseeker. Yep, what are they getting? Imperial Seal. So more tutoring. I see. Let's Shark Typhoon. If I can find High Tide, that would be awesome. Yeah, no High Tide just yet. Just another island. Urza. Could also just play Urza and then set up for a better High Tide or a better Time Twister next turn. I mean, they have Imperial Seal, so Imperial Seal takes a turn to get going. We'll see. Maybe I'm gonna regret this like I did last game. They could also just play Sheldred here. And then I get the Treachery Sheldred. No, they start with Imperial Seal. And then nothing? Or maybe they're setting up a twin. That could also be a thing. Play my island. Then let's tap all of these. Gonna untap them. Land. Untap. So we've generated 3 mana. I'm gonna tap my Construct to make a blue mana. Actually, I don't need to do this. I can just use the blue mana that I already have in my pool. So let's just cancel that, and then I could Treachery this, but I'd rather have Treachery still in my deck. Can also Treasure Cruise away some of these. Kind of awkward to Treasure Cruise and then Time Twister after. Let's just Time Twister. I want to do that anyway because I don't want them to draw the card that they've tutored for. Maybe they still do, but oh, we found Mana Drain, Time Warp, Turnabout. I can just play Time Warp and then go from there. Yeah, that happens. Suspend this Riftwing and then go attacking with this Shark. We don't know any of the cards in their hand anymore. It's going to come off Suspend soon. Now what? I can Turnabout and then Upheaval. I think that seems like a winning line, right? Yeah, that seems... Well, actually, let's first attack. Don't want to send this Construct. They can activate their Fumarole and stop us. They go down to 9. Now let's just turn about all of our lands again. Untap. Then tap this for blue. Float a bunch of mana. Upheaval. They are going to do something. Thirst for Knowledge. That's fine. I don't care about that. I'd rather have the mana left over. You discard Imperial Recruiter in a swamp. Now what? They float some mana. Let's play an island and then play Urza. Urza is going to resolve and then I just don't do anything. I keep up Mana Drain mana. If they have the Pestermite, I'm just going to Mana Drain this. And then at the beginning of our next main phase, we'll get a bunch more mana, discard some islands. I mean, it's not a knockout blow, but it is pretty good. Especially against the Reanimator deck, having them discard a bunch of cards may help them. Swamp Imperial Seal, okay. They go down to 7, then discard. Oh, you're right. We also have this Riftwing coming in. We have Mana Drain mana, and then play our land. We can play a Signet and then a Ballista for 4. So 2 actually. And we attack them for 4 and then shoot them down to 1. It's going to be tough for them to get out of this. Yeah, they scoop it up. Tense match. We really had to work for it. They have Liliana. I was thinking maybe I bring in Inkwell, but if they have Liliana, that's not all that appealing. Brain Freeze, still not appealing either. I think I just keep it as is. Mindslaver I could see, but let's just keep it like this. Yeah, that's not great. On the draw, they kept 7. I have to mull this. Mana Drain is always nice. Let's put away Walking Ballista. And then Chrome Mox could be sweet with Time Twister. We do need to find a blue card to exile to it, but maybe we do. Creeping Tar Pit. Turnabout. I actually will just exile this Turnabout to the Chrome Mox. And then if they play something, I can Mana Drain it. And otherwise, I maybe get the Time Twister. Badlands and nothing. Let's just preordain. I don't need the land as much. Maybe I actually don't mind drawing the land. But let's put land. No, I can do without the land. Let's put the Muldrifter on top. If they Mana Drain, I can also Mana Drain into Muldrifter. That's fine too. 3 mana. They're going to play something. Yep, I'm just going to Mana Drain this. Treachery. Okay. So we have some mana, and then let's play Muldrifter, just casting it, drawing 2, play an island. Now they have free reign, but if they set up their graveyard, I might just Time Twister. Solemn. Don't really care too much about Solemn, I don't think. Shark Typhoon. Let's just hit them with the Muldrifter, and then we can cycle the Shark Typhoon. Draw a card, make a 3/3 flyer, and then we have a decent clock going. And outside of Kiki combo, I'm not super concerned. I could have it here though. They do have the 3 red, and they're not doing anything. Dak Faden. Sure. Curious if they loot or if they try and steal our Mox. If they steal our Mox, we're just going to kill their deck. Yeah, so let's tap and Shark Typhoon. Make a token. Ooh, drawing Remand is kind of great. So we'll get to kill their deck and still clock them. Swamp. Now what? Spellseeker. Getting Demonic Tutor makes sense. We draw Urza. If we play Urza, we still have Remand up. So let's do that. And then go after Dak. Go after Dem. We can Remand something next turn. They'll go Tutor. And then we'll Remand whatever they find. Hopefully it's not something they can immediately play again also. Now they are thinking. They have 4 cards in hand. One of them is a Demonic Tutor. Liliana. Yeah, Liliana is okay. Curious what they do. Target player sacrifices a creature. Oh, I'm okay with this. Let's get rid of this Muldrifter. I was more scared of them making us discard because I want the Treachery in case they reanimate something big. I want the Time Twister to, well, if they set up their graveyard, I want a Time Twister. And I want the Remand to stop whatever else they're doing this turn. I mean, I'm going to kill the Liliana next turn anyway. And if they tutor for something really good here, I just Remand and then Time Twister to get rid of it. There's a land. They don't do anything. I guess we are getting Pestermited. So their Liliana lives. Mind's Desire. Yeah, I'm not sure Mind's Desire is really all that good in their deck. Let's go attacking. Then they have the Pestermite. I could just let this happen also. And then steal their Pestermite. And then I don't have to worry that much about Kiki-Jiki. Yeah, they tapped on our flyer, so we cannot kill the Lily. We can attack with the Urza, but that doesn't look good. So they'll get a turn with Lily, but we just discard this Mind's Desire to it. I'm going to steal this Pestermite. Yep, untap my lands. It's always super tedious to untap your lands on MTGO. Then just not do anything. If they plus Lily, I discard this Mind's Desire, and then I kill Lily next turn. And anything they play, I can maybe Remand. It feels like they have Kiki in hand. Yeah, this is Kiki. Let's just Remand Kiki. We draw another land. Each player discards a card, sure. We discard Mind's Desire. Don't need that. They discard a Swamp. So we know they have Kiki in hand. We can kill their Lily next turn, and then they just have Kiki going on. And we can actually answer their Kiki too. So I do not think I want to throw away or refill their hand with 7 new cards. Attack them, attack Lily. And then on their draw step, I'll click them, see what else they may have drawn. Thirst for Knowledge. Let's just take away the Kiki. Kiki Spellseeker could be good. Kiki Solemn is not bad either. The only downside to all of this is I don't have much more interaction left, but at least we took away their Pestermite. Oh, what is this? Sheldred? Yikes. That is a good draw. Yep, this guy's attacking. Yeah, we're gonna let that through. So I have to sack something now. I don't want to sack this Pestermite because they get it. Construct represents mana. I can kill them in 2 turns. So let's sack the Construct, Lotus Petal, play that, and then I think I just use Urza, tap the Petal for mana this way, find another land, not good, and then just go attacking. I mean, they have Thirst, and that's it. Now I have a new card, but I think we should be able to get there, just barely. Yep, Thirst. Ravenous Chupacabra. They kill what? One of our flyers. Then I sack my Urza, and then I still kill them in the air. Yeah, they kill Pestermite. That is okay. These are getting in. No, they're not. Just Sheldred. Yep, no blocks. I'm gonna sack Urza, and then I have 2 flyers. Oh, they repeal my token. Ooh, what do we do now? Yeah, still sack Urza. High Tide. Oh, High Tide can do some stuff, that's for sure. Let's go play High Tide off of the Petal. Yeah, and then just Time Twister. And then we'll see what we get. Time Warp, that should do it. And Walking Ballista also should do it. So let's go Time Warp first. Nice, High Tide coming in clutch here. Then let's just play Walking Ballista for 4 and go attacking. Hit you for 3. So that Time Twister did come in handy. Wow. Ooh, I was very scared that we might end up losing this game, but luckily we pulled it out. On to the finals, actually. We won the die roll, that's always nice. Let's see how our High Tide deck can perform now. Well, we have High Tide, but only 1 land, so let's mull. Remand into Urza, that's okay. That's good enough to keep. Keep this, bottom an island, and then let's go. Plains. Benevolent Bodyguard. Some sort of mono white aggro then. Another island. So let's play another island. And nothing, but they do attack. What is coming out? The Danto Vanguard. Let's just remand this. Draw another island. That's not good. More islands. I'm only playing 16, but I still keep flooding. I mean, that's a weird coincidence, but whatever. It is kind of annoying. Hit with the Bodyguard. Oh, they didn't play anything. Now I feel like I might get Mana-Tithed. I mean, I'm just going to run it out there. To have Mana-Tithe, then good for them. No, it just resolves. Look, this is much better. Maybe they just accidentally click through it. Oh, they're going to path this. Sure, that's fine too. Sad to lose Urza, but fine getting ramped. I just need to find Time Twister so I can do some more stuff. Gideon, I see. Plussing. Are they going to make this vigilant? Yeah. I mean, I might as well block then. No, they don't even give me that chance. Ooh, I can repeal their guy or just their Gideon, so they have to spend all of their next turn Gideoning. Again, that seems better. We draw Chrome Mox. I'll keep that in hand to go with the Mind's Desire. And then no attacks. There's the Vanguard, so no Gideon. Seasoned Hallowblade. Riftwing Cloudskate. What am I going to do with this? I can just bounce one of their guys. They're going to sack this. And these are very hard to actually do something with. Maybe I just suspend this and then try and set up some sort of Mind's Desire turn. Seems like that might be too slow. Still going to try it. I don't know if playing it here is all that effective. Could very well be wrong. It's 3 more turns and they're beating me for quite some damage. We'll see, we'll see. Yeah, I'm just going to block this guy so they have to discard a card. If they just let this go, I'm also okay. Oh, they discard Gideon. Wow. What are the cards that they have in hand then? Recruiter of the Guard. What are they getting? Thalia? Thalia would be annoying. It would make this whole plan of waiting for Mind's Desire quite a bit worse. Stoneforge Mystic. What is Stoneforge going to get them? Hopefully no Sword of Body and Mind. Sword of Feast and Famine. Okay. I mean, Boros Signet. So next turn, they're going to equip the sword, hit me for 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I guess I have to go for a crappy Mind's Desire. And that's just how it is. No. Then I play Boros Signet. And then I Mind's Desire hoping for the best. I don't love this plan. So only 3 copies. The first one gets me an island. That's not good. The next one gets me a Time Warp. That plays. And then Treasure Cruise. Well, let's Treasure Cruise first. Preordain, Mana Drain, and Spellseeker. Let's Time Warp, targeting myself. Okay, this Mind's Desire was actually good. We get to Preordain now. Turnabout and an island. I can Spellseeker for High Tide, but that doesn't really get me anywhere. And then this is just more mana, of which I have enough. Mulldrifter. Mulldrifter is decent. Still in a little bit of trouble. The Riftwing is not coming off suspend yet. Let's just go play Mulldrifter. More lands. Then I can play Spellseeker and still keep up mana drain. What am I gonna find? Is there even anything yet? Brain Freeze. Let's just get High Tide. And hopefully they go and cast their thing. But I'm still not there. Yeah, hopefully they cast the sword. Although, I can also just... No, they put it in. I was gonna say, I can also just block the sorted creature. They could give it pro blue. Yeah, then I have to discard an island. That's not the worst either. Yep, equipping the recruiter. I kind of want to keep my Mulldrifter around. And if they untap their lands, I'm okay with that also. So how about I just block this guy? And then maybe that can kill them. And the Riftwing comes in and I just bounce my Mulldrifter. And I discarded Oblivion Ring to keep their guy alive. Fine. Go down to 9. We have to discard this island, of which we have enough. But it's going to be tough to actually win this game. I mean, maybe Upheaval into Time Warp would be sweet. Yeah, equip that guy. Riftwing is gonna come in. And I'm just gonna bounce my Mulldrifter, I think. Yep, bounce Mulldrifter. Brain Freeze. Could I maybe Brain Freeze them out? I need how many copies of this? I have 25 cards, so I need 9 Storm. Well, starts with High Tide. And then I think I just evoke this rather than casting it for mana. I might need more mana. And do I survive next turn if I need to block? I mean, I guess I have enough mana as is. Let's just cast it straight up. Vendilion Click. What does Click do for me? I can click away my mana drain. I can play the Signet also. I think I start by clicking away this mana drain. It's another spell. We draw a new card. We do need to draw some stuff to get out of this. Upheaval. How about we Upheaval then? And then we at least reset the board. And we can play a bunch of spells. Yeah, I think we might be getting there. Upheaval. Then play a land. Then I can play Chromox that storms 6. Oh, they just scoop. Yeah, I think we would have been able to get there. We would have Chromoxed, exiling Click maybe. Then we have 5, 6 mana, play 2 Signets, and mana drain them, and that would have been, and Brain Freeze them, and that would have been enough. Yeah, I want Walking Ballista. That's great against White Weenie. Not sure if I want Tinker. That may be a little bit too much. What else looks weak? I'm happy with most things. Maybe Treasure Cruise. Kind of like Treasure Cruise. How about if I just add this? Maybe I take out a Signet. Signets are not that important. Yeah, I'll keep this hand. Maybe we can ramp out an early Urza. We have Time Warp and some stuff. It's not amazing, but it plays. Chromox. We can get a really early Urza. Don't want to just start Chromoxing right away. But I could see exiling Turnabout. Selfless Spirit, sure. Island. How about a Chromox, exile Turnabout, and then evoke Mulldrifter? Actually, just use the Lotus Petal and power out Urza this way. Yeah, let's try this. And then next turn, I can just play Mulldrifter straight up. And Mulldrifter is actually pretty decent in this matchup. Just a creature that can block and trade and can get in front of their Selfless Spirit. Yep, they play a land and just hit me with the Spirit. Bramaz. Mind's Desire. Well, let's tap this construct and then just play Mulldrifter. Next turn it can maybe Time Warp. Upheaval. Sweet. This Bramaz is going to make some tokens, but we can clean that up with Upheaval, and it's not that scary. We can also just block it with the Mulldrifter. I think I'd rather just eat the token and take 2. So I'll block Bramaz with the Urza and then just eat their token. I kind of want to keep this Mulldrifter around for now. Draw the land. If I Time Warp now, what does that get me? I guess just gets me some more time. Swing in with this Mulldrifter, make my land drops. Now I can just spin Urza, try and get some advantage that way. Spellseeker, sweet. So we get to search for High Tide. Yep, get High Tide, play an island, and then just keep our guys back, block whatever they have. Next turn we get the High Tide and Upheaval, and redeploy all of our stuff. Resto Angel. Curious why they didn't decide to eat my Mulldrifter last turn. Field of Ruin. Adanto Vanguard. Field of Ruin doesn't do anything against us. Yep, all of these are coming in. I'm just going to take my hits. I'm going to eat the token again with the Mulldrifter. block here and just take the rest of the damage down to 11. Then let's High Tide, and I can actually attack first with this Mulldrifter just to get those beats in, and then tap this guy for blue, tap all of my lands, Upheaval, and that's GG. All right, we got a trophy with this one. I wasn't necessarily expecting it, and I think I might have misbuilt it also, but in the end it worked out well. This is, I guess, the right way to do High Tide, not just go all in, just have good blue cards and then High Tides for some insane turns. Finally got the High Tide deck to work, so I'm happy. I'll see you for the next one.